Surviving infidelity. Just discovered a 3-year affair of my husband. Cannot handle the pain and having self-ending thoughts. Need advice. I, 40 female, have been with my husband, 38 male, for 20 years, married for 18. We have 2 kids together, 19 female, 17 male. I have gone through my worst phases of life with my husband, and he has always been a rock support for me. Our marriage had rough patches as well. I got pregnant at young age, so I had never experienced teenage life. Early in our marriage, I cheated twice on my husband. One of the affair was with my ex for about a year and a half, physical and emotional, and another was an emotional affair with a random guy online, also for about a year. We married at young age, so I made some really terrible choice which I regret to this day. He forgave me for the affair, but made me sign agreement for distribution of assets in case of divorce in the future. I agreed, and understood why he had to do that. We started fresh and had awesome marriage. He encouraged me to become sober and clean from substance abuse. At the time I cheated, I used to take substances. He got promotion and we bought our house. He planned vacations and encouraged me to pursue my hobbies. He helped with chores, and was a great dad to our children. About 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. When doctor informed us about the cancer, he literally broke down and started crying. At that moment, I realized how much he loves me. I had to undergo surgery for the removal of my uterus. After a successful surgery, he took care of me like I was a child. He made me breakfasts, ordered lunch and cooked dinner. For 6 months, he did not let me do any household work or any other work. He even made food for children on his own. These are the moments that I look back, and imagine that I could not have survived without him. He is my soulmate and I cannot imagine my life without him. Last night, while he was sleeping, I unlocked his phone and opened his Facebook for some of his photos, as I was planning to surprise him with a big collage of his life journey on his birthday. I saw 2 Facebook accounts on it. One was his regular one, but the other was with a different name. I opened the other account and found that messages that were sent to his former co-worker. They were texting. I didn't read them, but screenshotted the entire thing and sent it to my phone, deleted screenshots from his phone and left his phone on his side. I was not able to sleep and was crying all night. In morning, my eyes were noticeably swollen. He asked me about my health, to which I replied I was fine. He gave me a kiss on the forehead and left for work. As soon as our younger son left for school, I opened the screenshots and read their entire conversation. Messages were dated back 6 months ago. As I scrolled up, they discussed about their bedroom fantasies, things they'll do to each other, and nudes. It made me sick to my stomach. As I scrolled more, I saw the message, "Happy 3-year anniversary." I don't know why, but after reading that I literally had a panic attack. I was just lying on the floor, crying. He told her about my past infidelity, and how he still has nightmares and flashbacks in mind, but with her, he feels free from those thoughts and enjoys every second of it. He even said that how he is tolerating every moment he has with me for past 18 years. Being intimate with me is just physical satisfaction he has to do for me, but with her, it is deep emotional chemistry. How he stayed in the marriage because of the children, and will leave me as soon as both our kids start going to college. They even had planned their wedding. It feels like in one day, my life is destroyed. I thought we were a happy family. I had everything in life, but in one day, my world is shattered. I wanted to grow old with him, but now it feels lonely. It seems like my life was a delusion. I can feel my body become lifeless, like my soul is being murdered. I thought that he would have forgotten the past mistake I made 14 years ago, but he was just bearing my mistake for so many years. I know that he is my soulmate, and I cannot live without him. I don't know what to do. I have self-ending thoughts by the idea of him leaving me. It's been 5 hours since I read the messages. I just want to die, so that I have the privilege of dying with him as my husband, rather than alone. Should I tell him how I feel and what my thoughts are? These past years, I have no idea of how much he suffered from the trauma of my betrayal. I know it would be selfish of me to guilt-trip him, but my soul is tied to him. If he leaves me, I would rather die than live alone or with someone else. I am confused and don't know what to do next. Any advice to save our relationship? Now for the top advice. Well, based on what you wrote, he told her he was just bearing living with you to raise your children, and was planning to leave once they head off to college. He also says he hasn't forgotten your infidelity and still regards it as a traumatic experience, even experiencing flashbacks to this day. If all of this is true, I'm not sure exactly if he felt what you thought he did, during those days you were diagnosed, or any other instances like this. Of course, you did commit a huge mistake by cheating on him after you married, but he chose to stay together for the children, and that has obviously kept him feeling hurt and distraught, which has pushed him into finding hope or a future in this co-worker. I really want to say, it would not be good to keep this to yourself. I recommend calling in, or going to a therapist or counselor first, because of the self-ending thoughts. Maybe once you manage to get help to feel more back to normal, you can discuss this issue with him. And while I personally don't think it would be possible to stay together, I wish the both of you luck in whatever outcome those potential conversations would bring you. Not to minimize your pain, it's very real. But you should probably stop for a moment to reflect on what your husband has been through. Clearly you and him had very different ideas about how reconciliation went. Not unusual. The cheater is ready to move on. Not that easy for the betrayed. But the betrayed probably feels like they can't bring stuff up for fear of chasing the cheater off. So, the betrayed just eats the crap sandwich. Here's the deal, stop calling it a mistake. That's minimization. It wasn't a mistake. It was a betrayal. Realize that what you are feeling now is what he has gone through for 14 years. Step back, empathize with him first. The starting point would not be you unloading your pain on him, but you sharing that you now understand what you did. And expressing genuine remorse and empathy. Very well stated. Who cares? 14-year lie, that is tough. She fixed what she did, he had a choice to make. Two wrongs don't make a right. He's dead wrong regardless of what she did at this point, can't blame people for their behavior forever. She needs to lay out everything on the fly, right then and there he needs to make a choice. It's either her or the other girl. He's also lying to the affair partner, no way in hell he's going to marry her, he couldn't, he'd have a family. He doesn't want her, he's using this as ammo for bad behavior, and who's to say he didn't cheat prior to your infidelity? How does one even go about doing this BS? First, whatever happens, you have one priority, your kids. This is the main thing to consider. I suggest you take a lawyer, fast, and also seek an appointment with a therapist. Don't take this alone. Step by step, your life is far from finished. I suggest you go to some friend, find an excuse to support, in order to keep cool. Then proceed from there to think about future moves. I suggest you need to have all options in hand with clear mind, before doing anything. Sooner or later you will need to confront your husband. But take your time first. Take care of you. My family disowned me after my affair, and I have no friends. He was the only one in my life. Now for the next story. I taught her today. I'm not happy to be a part of this community, but I am thankful you all are here. I taught her once at the very beginning of our relationship. But that was like less than a month official together, so we talked through expectations and moved on. 4 years later, here we are in a trial separation, because she needs to figure out what's right for her. It's a long read, but we talked it over thoroughly and decided we needed a refresher. Part of the plan was that she needed to get out of the house and start hanging out with her friends again, which she has been doing a lot, like going out 4 or 5 times a week. I never question or grill her, just wish her well, and tell her to be safe and call me if she needs anything at all. We still live together but have been sleeping in separate rooms, and I can hear when she comes home. Due to my fears of a repeat situation, we outlined our expectations going into this, and seeing other people was not an option and was very clearly off the table. Her mother also lives with us and is nice enough, but is pretty obviously poison in her ear, and is a very, I don't need no man. All men are pigs kind of person. She has also slept with something like 15 guys in the less than year she's been here. I always let the dogs out at 6 a.m., and just so happened to bump into her coming home. I was sleepy and muttered an "Oh hey, where'd you go?" Just trying to be friendly. She came back with, "Uck Nathan," stood me up, and her eyes got wide as she realized she was talking to me and not her mother. She's on Tinder again. I told her I was leaving and needed to get out of the house, before I end myself. Not being manipulative, I have a history of severe depression and was legitimately concerned I wouldn't be able to restrain myself. Her only response was, "Please don't go, I can't afford rent by myself," which just absolutely broke me. In my darkest moments, face to face with the person who redefined my expectations of love, the woman I was ready to commit my life to, my reason why, I was reduced to how much I contributed financially. The same paycheck she has been using to screw other guys. I don't know what to do. I'm sobbing and shaking, I haven't slept in days. I'm messing up at work. I've developed a drinking problem again. I was 2 years sober, and I'm ready to let go and end it all with a magnificent downward spiral. What the hell am I supposed to do? There is no reason anymore. Why should I wake up? Why should I care about my body? Why should I care about anyone? I have no friends, no family, and I mean none. I'm just naked, alone and crying in an empty house. There is no bright side, I have nothing left. Now for the top advice. Hey, first of all, I'm so sorry that you've joined this club, no one wants to be here. It sucks frown. I also have mental health struggles, and when I found out I was being cheated on a month ago, I went into a pretty magnificent downward spiral as well. I was also several years sober and threw it away. I want you to know you're not alone in your struggles. It is really important that you take care of your mental health, and the first step is putting the bottle down. You did it before, you can do it again. It is never too late. Next step is to get in with your doctor and talk about adjusting, or starting medication if you're not on any. You can request a mental health assessment where they will go over all possible conditions and work out a treatment plan for you using therapy and/or medication. Also, leave. Screw her. She can get evicted and use one of her Tinder dates to pay her way. Take your life back. Sorry once again, and I know how hard it is. Especially when you have the issues we do, it seems impossible to go on sometimes. But there is light in the end of the tunnel, you've just got to take the first step towards it. Good luck. I am so sorry this happened to you. I know how hard and how terrible this feels, and for someone to treat you so horribly. I am here to remind you that she is the one who is a very crap person. She is the one who actually has nothing, it's not you. You have a heart. You gave her and her mother, which was way too kind, a place to stay. You have so much to live for, and so many women would match the qualities that you provide. This isn't the end of your life, it's now a beginning for you to get someone you deserve. This is a fresh start. Her actions have nothing to do with your worth. She is the liar, the unstable one. You have no issues whatsoever. Please remember who you are. Life is always worth living. Even if it's on your own. The world is a wonderful place to be. Please stop drinking. Take that energy and channel it into something more important, working out, meeting new friends, developing new hobbies. You deserve happiness. And the only way to be happy is to get away from her. Don't you realize she is the one pulling down your mental health? Making you feel like not the best version of yourself? Please learn to love yourself again. You are worth it. Please get out as quickly as possible. It's clear this woman has no interest in the psychological damage she is doing. Textbook narcissist. You owe her nothing. You know who she is now. Edit. You guys, I'm overwhelmed right now. I was hoping to just vent before I did something stupid, and I absolutely was not expecting anything like this. I have been drinking and I hurt myself pretty good today, both physically and emotionally. A special thanks to those of you who reached out in the DMs and those who sent tough love. Lord knows I need it. Now for the last story. It feels like we're just going in circles. On February 27, 2020 I was cheated on by my ex-girlfriend. The only issue is that, she admitted it to me right away that same night, but I don't know what happened. One of my classmates sent me a pic while I was on the way back from work, of her sitting on another man's lap, and he told me she was really drunk and dancing on him. He then said they went upstairs together, but shortly after, he may have seen her leaving. This is her story as well. She says he was wearing the same brand of underwear as I usually do, and she realized what she was giving up so she left. When I got home, she was waiting for me and I broke up with her that night. She has really been putting 110% into trying to get back together, but the affair partner guy is in some of my classes, and seeing his smug face on video made it really hard to believe her. I feel like he is laughing at me, because he is one of those guys who thinks he is better than you when that may not be the case in reality, but something about his face screams, I had slept with your girlfriend. The only thing that she has stood her ground on since we broke up, is that they didn't sleep together. A mutual friend who was there said that she would help verify information, if I promised to get back together with my ex. I just think that no matter what, there will always be that doubt in my mind. And when I doubt her, I feel furious that she may have not only cheated on me, but lied to me consistently since then. Does it get better over time, or are we screwed? She was a great partner and friend, and I wish we could go back to what we were before this whole issue. But with this uncertainty, that will never happen. Now for the top advice. Your mutual friend sucks. Force you to get back together before you learn the truth? That's no friend of yours. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem reconcilable here, since the affair partner had to remain in your life. The trauma alone of facing him day after day, will continue to break you down emotionally while trying to reconcile with her. It's probably best to move on. Successful reconciliation always requires the affair partner out of y'all's lives, and that just doesn't seem possible here. That's really hard to hear. The mutual friend is her friend who I met through the relationship, so I assume that she is obviously in the camp of my wayward girlfriend. I may not have to see him, affair partner, after this semester ends, but I don't think I'll ever forget his smug face. I feel like a bad guy because everyone I know is either pro-reconciliation in my case, or not willing to get involved at all. Cut all of these mutual friends, read, her friends who are telling you to take her back, out of your life and move on. Life is too short to waste it on the people who don't deserve your time, effort or space. Yeah, I never clicked with them anyways, and now I think I never will. Let her go. She'll be drunk at another party someday, but this guy won't be wearing the same underwear as you for her to stop. That underwear excuse is new. I haven't heard that one before. You deserve better. She has sworn never to drink again without me there, and that thought scares me, as she has been approached in the past as well. I guess I am just in denial that my first real relationship is ending in such a humiliating way. Edit. She just got back to me about a polygraph. She is willing to take one, and she will be able to finance it herself. I think I will go through with this foreclosure and because I don't have anything to lose. I don't know how these things work, especially with COVID, but we shall see, I guess. And that's it for this video, guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day, everyone.